Right, in question number 1, it asks us which sum is rational. So if you remember, a rational number is any number that can be written as a ratio or as a fraction of two integers. So if we look at this first example, we have 4.36. That is a rational number because it's a decimal that terminates, but it's being added to the square root of 8, and the square root of 8 is not rational because it's not a perfect square. If you put that in your calculator, you're going to get a decimal, and that decimal goes on forever and ever. So this is not an option. My next choice, square root of 24. Square root of 24 is not a perfect square. If you put that in your calculator, it does not simplify to an integer. So B is not going to be an option. C, I have pi plus 5.5. 5.5 is rational, but we know that pi is always irrational. Okay, so that's going to be eliminated. Now this last choice, I have 3 pi minus 3 pi. Now, whenever you subtract something from itself, my answer, my outcome is always 0. If I have 3 groupings of pi and I take away 3 groupings of pi, I'm left with no groupings of pi. And 0 is a rational number. So D is going to be my answer. A little something that might be of help to you. This little chart here, if it's rational, it can be written as a fraction. It's terminating or a repeating decimal, and a perfect square are all examples of rational numbers. And then your irrational numbers, it cannot be written as a fraction. It's non-terminating and non-repeating decimal. So that's like a decimal that goes on and on forever and ever, like pi. And it's not a perfect square. So like the square root of 8 or the square root of 5, those are not perfect squares. Now this one, even though I said pi itself is irrational, this time I'm subtracting the same amount of pi's from one another, and that's why my answer is 0, which is a rational number.